Some of you have created a safe haven that you're afraid to detach from. This safe haven is your comfort zone. Now, the definition for comfort zone is a behavioral space that we spend most of our times in. We have to stop settling for jobs, relationships, situationships, and unhealthy lifestyles due to fear of change and growth. Nothing is going to happen unless we make it happen. So if it's change that you really want, you have to start making that change. Let's talk about 5 tips to overcome your addiction to your comfort zone. Number 1, act on your fears. I want you to take a sheet of paper and I want you to write down what your fears are, and I want you to face one today. And when you're done facing that fear, start checking some other fears off of that checklist that you're facing. Before you know it, you're going to be down to just a few or none. But really, in all actuality, it's always going to be something for us to be fearful about if we're challenging ourselves. And that's the way that we want it, because if we're not afraid to do something, then it's not really challenging us, right? Tip number 2, change your daily routine. If you are watching too much TV, if you're spending too much time on social media, if you're not doing enough of what you need to be doing to prioritize your life, then you're in bad shape. So why don't you limit the amount of hours that you're spending watching TV or just being on social media? Now, if you have a business that you're working on, then that's a whole different story. Yeah, it might require you to spend a lot of time on social media. You know, some people go on social media to watch influencers like myself so that they can learn different things. Okay, that's great. But if you're not really using what you're learning, if you're not implementing that towards into your life, then you're just wasting time. Okay. Tip number 3, visualize life outside of your comfort zone. What is your ideal life? What does it look like? What kind of job are you working? How much money are you making? For some of you, you may already be set as far as money goes. You know, you're financially set, but you're not happy in your career. And more than likely, it's because it's not your purpose. You have to get into your purpose so that you can create a more fulfilling life for yourself. Okay? So start visualizing the kind of life that you want and start making a change so that you don't have to be unhappy in a life that you really don't want to be in. Okay? Tip number 4, set a few goals and hire an accountability partner. Now, if it's inspiration, if it's motivation or support that you're seeking, an accountability partner will be great. For some of you, you might have, a friend that can hold you accountable for some things that you need to be doing. But just make sure it's the right friend, okay? Make sure that it's someone that is goal-oriented and that is serious about their own life. Tip number 5, no excuses. Just do it. Whatever it is that you've been wanting to do it. See, sometimes we have to force ourselves by pushing ourselves. It's not all about waiting for that motivation to kick in, because sometimes the motivation never kicks in. You just have to put yourself out there. So I'm going to say this again. Change will only happen when we make it. Stop dreaming about the kind of life that you want to live and start acting on it. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, stay blessed.